Hey guys, Travis Gillespie here. We've been using indirect measurements and proportions to help us find the unknown value of figures. Okay, so let's read through this problem real quick. A 5.5-foot tall girl stands so that her shadow lines up with the shadow of a statue. The tip of her shadow is even with the tip of the statue's shadow. If the length of the statue's shadow is 40 feet and the girl is standing 27.5 feet away from the statue, how tall is the statue? So this is the final question. We're looking for the statue's height. And let's see what other key facts we can highlight here. Well, I have a 5.5-foot tall girl. And the tip of her shadow is even with the tip of the statue's shadow. If the length of the statue's shadow is 40 feet long, okay, so we have 40 feet long for the length. And the girl is standing 27.5 feet away. Cool. So now let's go ahead and draw some pictures to help us set this problem up. All right. So I have a statue here. It doesn't have to be perfect. We know that the statue casts a shadow that is 40 feet long. So this is 40 feet here. I'm going to write a 40 at the end. Okay, so let's consider the girl for a second. She's standing 27.5 feet away from the statue, so if she were to start at the statue and walk out 27.5 feet, probably somewhere around here, go ahead and draw the girl. She's standing, she's probably a little bit smaller than the statue. We know that she is 5.5 feet in height, so 5.5 feet in height. So her shadow runs all the way from her all the way down here, so that has to be 12.5 feet long. I'm just going to do another line. And this represents her shadow, which is 12.5 feet. The way I got that, I took 40 and subtracted 27.5, and that will give us 12.5 feet. So I'm going to add one more note. And that note is, hey, we want to know the height of the statue. Okay, so our next step is to set up a proportion. Just going to put my little dividing line. H is to 40. Also, little dividing line. 5.5 is to 12. And now I can set that proportion up pretty simple. H is to 40 as 5.5 is to 12.5. Let's go ahead and take the cross products of 40 and 5.5, H and 12.5. I'll write that over here. I have 12.5 H is equal to 40 times 5.5. I'm going to fix that last 5. So we have 12.5 H is equal to 220. How do we isolate the variable? We have to undo multiplication. We're going to undo multiplication with division of 12.5. If we do that to this side, we have to do it to the other to keep the equation balanced. These two sides will cancel out. And I'm left with H is equal to 17.6 feet. Or you could take 0.6 and turn it into a fraction, which would be 6 over 10. Or when simplified, 17 and 3/5 feet in height here. So that is our final answer. And we'll see you in the next video, guys.